And then like a few people started to turn around and talk to their friends and go,
did no one go or something?
and then I started getting really fucking scared. Look at the fucking amount of people, man! Dude! He said profoundly high-functioning autistic and a gorgeous amount of ADHD in there. Sup, motherfuckers? It's me. I'm back. I've been gone for like a week for TwitchCon, and I think we pissed off all the TwitchCon staff. I don't know how we've managed to do it, but motherfucker, I have got stories. Did I say TwitchCon? Whoopsie. As soon as Comic-Con ended, I started seeing a bunch of Reddit posts. This is like the main topic I had. I've been feeling like shit for like a bit. Don't worry about it. I'm working through it. Do you want to see what I've been obsessed with before I get into like the main topic for like the last little bit? Do you remember last stream? I've been making like this code to play this game Clicker Heroes for me. Ashley got very upset because I said that I made the code and it was actually a joint venture. However, here's what I've been doing recently. Do you remember that line of code that we wrote together? I wrote so much more code. I've been learning AHK. Look at this shit. I wrote about 300 lines of code. Where's the GitHub link? I haven't made one, but I do have the only script that can guild heroes. They're not anywhere, which is kind of fun. I'm trying to make it the best script. The last video ever published on this game was like 5 years ago, so there's like no info and no one plays it. So I'm the one keeping it alive, I think. Literally a walking stereotype. Femboy programmer, transgender. What the fuck? Women in STEM. Okay. Am I just a stereotype now? Is that it? Because I take hormones and code on the computer. I'm just like all the rest of them, but also Ashley coded games. You know, I don't know a single trans woman that's like not in some STEM field, or at least was. That's wild. Anyway, I'm gonna do makeup and I'm gonna tell you all about Comic-Con. Talked about that we were doing this meet and greet thing at Comic-Con. I talked about it once on stream, very briefly. Ashley mentioned it in like the end of a video, I think, and when we both like made an Instagram story about it. Ashley thought loads of people would come and then gradually went like, I don't think many people will come after we got there. So we were kind of thinking like maybe 10 to 20, 30 people, maybe, because that's like how long the line is. If you think of 30 people's a lot. We tried to find the booth. It took fucking ages because it's like a really out the way thing. Like it's pretty much tucked behind the main stage of Comic-Con. And it's just this panel with like 4 booths to meet people. And I think some of the like casting directors from Baldur's Gate were there, something like that. Some people from Baldur's Gate, and they had a big line. And that was like the people before us. And we went there and no one knew who we were, what we were supposed to be doing. We talked to the staff and we're like, where do we go for the meet and greet? And they were like, oh, who do you want to see? And we're like, no, we're doing the like meet and greet. We're like, where we're at. And they went, who? And we went, oh, the it's on the board. Like we were just whatever. The people that were next to us on the table were like movie stars. Like a new movie came out and there were all these movie stars there.
Today is my
and
2 years
I was
sub
fucking
to you.
scared. And we were like, damn, these guys have a big line. We met some friends there. We met Belle, Linzor, and
Stop
Runa,
making
and
me question my sexuality
and fucking all our
gender.
friends that we usually go
Still after 18
drink with or
months.
something. We all hung out. I thought Belle would have been like swarmed. I thought Belle Delphine would have been like, holy shit, fucking Belle Delphine. But she was wearing like a brown wig instead of a pink one. So I think it was fine. We got there like 10 minutes before it was supposed to start. Our slot was like 3:30 to 6:30. As we were coming in, speak to that staff member of like which booth is ours, and them going, I have no idea who the fuck you are. While we were talking to them, I turned to look at like who was in the line for who, and then noticed the empty section had everyone in front of it, and then like a few people started to turn around and talk to their friends and go,
did no one go or something?
and then I started getting really fucking scared. If you were at the front of the line, when I was walking in, I think I kept looking at the floor and then looking up and going, and then like going back to the thing. Anyway, this is the photo we posted. Look at this shit. Look at the fucking amount of people, man. Dude! I was not prepped for this at all. Ashley definitely was not prepped for this at all. It ended up being something like 200, 250 people that were there, but a bunch of people got kicked out of the line. Everyone was really, really sweet. It was so fucking nice. Every single person we spoke to was really, really sweet. Look, someone made a diagram. Look at this, dude. So there's me. There is Ashley. That guy here in this hat turned into like our wrangler because we were fucking shit up. Apparently we were just not acting in the way that you're supposed to act for these things. None of us have ever done a meet and greet before, and none of us know anyone that's done a meet and greet before besides like maybe Pyro, and we didn't get to see him. We basically start talking to everyone for like 10 minutes or so. What you're supposed to do, I have learned, is go, oh hell yeah, thanks for enjoying my movie that I've just put out. Do you want to get a photo? Quick, so you don't even stand up from your chair. Quick selfie with the fangirl like that, and then you go, okay, next. But what we were doing that we got yelled at for was like just kind of letting people behind the booth and chatting. Don't get me wrong, we had to stop doing that. We started like quickening conversations after a bit. We spoke to everyone for a good like 5 minutes or so, which is probably why people were waiting so long in the thing and why they had to like open up backup queues and whatever. But everyone was so nice. We never had to ask anyone to leave, by the way. Everyone was like way more experienced at meet and greets than we were. Everyone kind of went like, I don't want to take up too much of your time, we'll leave, you know? And they were great. Midway through, this dude that was like the star of the movie or something that was on our thing just kind of takes our chairs, or like he took my chair and then just like he just kind of didn't look at me, just took my chair. And then a different movie star from this fucking thing came over and like started to take Ashley's chair and then said like, oh, were you like using them? And we went like, I guess not, now we're good. And then they took our chairs and that was fine. We didn't care because we weren't going to sit down, but the table was like too long and it felt like a business meeting. About 15 minutes in, one of the guys just reached over my table and just took my pen that I was signing things with. Just stole it. Just took my fucking pen. I still remember that, whoever you were, dickhead. And then I had to go ask the Wrangler for another pen. That motherfucker. Okay, that is rude. I know. And then another like 20 minutes go by or something. And then very loudly, they just kind of like get our attention and then they go, who the fuck are you? They're saying it really smilingly. They got a big smile on their face, go, who the fuck are you? What their exact words were was, we just did a fucking movie and like 2 people have showed up. Which, okay, I know no one else took this the wrong way. Whenever I've told the story, no one had an issue with that. But like, dude, you're like in front of your fans. Like, there are people still trying to meet you. Like, imagine turning away from your fan and be like, look out, there's fucking no one here. There's no... And like, this was rude as fuck to me. Both me and Ashley kind of just, we said like, oh, we do like Twitch streaming and stuff. I said, oh, what do you do? By the way, other like people are like trying to come up and talk to us. They've just interrupted like a whole thing. He says like, oh, so what do you do? And we go, oh, like Twitch streaming. Oh, what sort of thing? We go, oh, like lifestyle stuff. Anyway, hey, how are you? And we never spoke to them again. Like, they were like leaning over chairs, like multiple of them. Like, how it looked was like one guy just sitting like, but imagine like you're at the booth and they're also at their booth next to us and one's talking like that, and then another guy peering over his shoulder to talk to us as well. Like, we're trying to talk to people. I'm not going to take the time out of my day to, maybe like if you were fucking Chris Hemsworth or something, I'd say like, oh, hey man, nice to meet you, or whatever. But you're being a dick. You've been such a dick to people. But yeah, there was that. I thought that was kind of funny. I'd never met anyone like that, I guess. I think social media people have an awful lot more to like be nice about, I guess, because their success is like directly related off the people they're meeting. But these guys are just, you know, they're too far above me for me to understand their world completely. But I'm sure the movie was great. I'm sure they're great, but they left like an hour early. Oh yeah, dude, there was a guy that timed how long he waited in line, and it was like 2 hours and 40 minutes, something like that. And that was just the longest one guy waited. Like, he came in after the line. Fucking insane. Worth it? I very much doubt that it was, man. Everyone was so sweet though. If it was me, I don't think I could have waited 3 hours and then not brought up the fact that I had to wait 3 hours. It was fun. I think MCM kind of hates us now. At the very least, we caused like an issue for them because they had to like move a bunch of their staff over there because everyone else left and we ran about 30-40 minutes over when we should have. So we were there for maybe like 4 hours or so, and like the staff were like being so nice. They were like taking photos and everything. I wish I got their name so I could say thanks, but like they were like taking turns to like take photos of people. That's why all the photos are like taken by someone else, getting us pens or something, or like telling people we're gonna go take a bathroom break when we did. They were really awesome. And then like they had like a little group hug and high five afterwards because they worked so hard during it. So going to Rotterdam to rot. Me, dude. I've done nothing. 4 days ago, I was supposed to stream. I've been rotting, dude. I could not work up the courage to be on the internet. I was on antidepressant medication. Then I just suddenly stopped taking antidepressant medication. Didn't notice anything for like 2 weeks, like maybe 3 weeks. And then just like now some side effects are fucking hitting me, dude. We came to an agreement between our friend group that if no one showed up to the meet and greet, they'd just walk through the line multiple times so it looked like we had a bunch of people. I don't know if I'll do another meet and greet. It was really fun, but god damn, I had to like fix my makeup midway through. The lighting was bad. There's a photo that has like 1,000 likes on Twitter, and it's maybe the worst photo of me that's ever been taken. The lighting is not good. The lighting is so bad on my face, bro. Sometimes it's great. Sometimes the lighting's fucking awesome. Goes so hard. Look at that. Been fucking rethinking gender shit, dude. I've been working on it. I've been like analyzing my gender identity. I know that you might not have like a great insight into this, especially if you've missed like a few streams. Don't freak out about this, chat, because I don't want you to get too hopeful in this. I had a thing where I was like, oh shit, I can't think of much stuff that I like visually about being like a dude. Maybe I'm just holding on to this like guy identity identity for like no reason. I was like, fuck, that's probably something to think about. And then that's what I've been going with for like the last little bit. I think I just like everything about being a guy, but everything visually about being a girl. You know what I mean? When I said in the coming out video, like, still feel a bit like a boy, which that's still true. But you know, it's interesting. I'm having a play around with gender still, just for funsies. I'm experimenting with my identity. Still any pronouns? Yeah. Everyone calls me she now. It's nuts. Any charity updates? Motherfucker, dude. They aren't good. Now, I'm not usually a political motherfucker. However, do you remember like how bad the UK is with trans stuff? So turns out they're not really putting shit to vote anymore. They're just doing stuff. So let me show you what they did yesterday. There was a bill. It was made at 2:58 p.m. and laid before Parliament at 4 and was passed. And so now this becomes a real thing that's actually happening on the 3rd of June. What this dictates is that now it's officially going to be completely illegal for under 18s to have access to gender affirming care. Ban. It specifically states in this, the NHS won't do it. That was already a thing. But now you can't even have it on a private prescription. The sale of like puberty blockers is not banned. You can have it, but it specifically says this is only in effect for people with gender dysphoria, for the purpose of puberty suppression in the respect of gender dysphoria, gender incongruence, or a combination of the both. And these are two actual diagnoses too. So they're not denying it's real. They just don't want it to be treated. You can still get these drugs, but only if you're not transgender. So anyway, a bunch of kids are going to die, which is really fun. I don't think anyone really knows what to do about that. And quite frankly, everyone in the group chat for the charity is freaking the fuck out because a lot of the people that run these have trans kids. That happened yesterday. There's not really a solution to this. I wish I could come in and say, this is what we're doing about it, but we don't have a fucking idea. The best things we've got that we're working on and that I'm putting some funding towards is essentially just like suicide prevention. The charity has shifted gear a little bit. It's still doing what it's supposed to, but yeah, now that's something we've got to worry about. Well, that's something that we want to worry about because no one else is going to do it. And also, a lot of the places that are prescribing gender care for people under the age of 18, they're probably going to go out of business. Or at least you'd think they're probably going to stop offering things like that. Think like Gender GP, places like that. We genuinely talked about moving yesterday. Me and Ashley genuinely went like, the difference between them banning that for everyone, that bill was made and passed within 2 hours. The only thing stopping all trans healthcare from being banned at that second was the fact that they put the word 18 in there, like under 18. And that fucked. We genuinely had to talk about, like, what do we do? Do we move? We have a house here. We've bought shit. You know, we live here. Our family's here. Our friends here. We work here. Like, there's nowhere we can... I can't move to America. You need to get visas everywhere else. Is this going to be too warm? Maybe. We'll give it a shot. Let's find out if this works or not. You got to talk amongst yourselves for a minute here. Give me a mo. Ignore the socks. Summer dress. There. It's like, it's a tad loose. What do you think? I'm here. Am I gonna have a fucking nip slip because of this kind of thing? I think kind of half of my job is just to sit here and look pretty. Oh, the nails are still the same. These are like neat, but I'm getting them done on the 3rd. But because they're really fucking grown out, but they're really cute. They're like they're like a pink French tip. Yeah, they're like pink French tips, and they're like acrylic-y. They're good. Ashley looked at me the other day and just went, after all this time, by the way, I just went, it's so weird. Your voice does not match what I see. I went, ah! Ashley told me that my voice doesn't match my face. And that's fucking insane, because I said that about Freddie. Oh my god. Okay. Fuck it out. Sorry. Damn. Sorry, chat. I woke up at like 1 p.m. today. It was a really early morning. I'm still tired. Fucking eeped, bro. What the fuck? I'm eeped, dude. I'm so eeped. I don't know what to do. I just want to play my clicker heroes.
Are you gonna talk about being therapeutically assessed as profoundly autistic?
Holy shit, I didn't talk about that, did I? Chat, I saw a goddamn psychiatrist. I saw multiple psychiatrists in the same day. I didn't do an autism assessment, don't get me wrong, because that takes like 6 fucking hours. But I did meet with a psychiatrist to like do an initial like evaluation and like decide if we're like gonna be good working together or like figure out what he needs to work on with me. And motherfucker, I came to him and said like, hey, I'm thinking maybe ADHD. However, I've also got some weird shit like in therapy. My psychologist or therapist, they were like, they just started treating me like I was autistic, and that seemed to work really well. So let's figure out what the fuck is going on. And then my psychiatrist said, after talking with him for about an hour and a half, he said, okay, you know, we got a lot to work with here. Great thing to hear from your psychiatrist, by the way. He said initial thoughts. You know, it's very obvious you're intelligent. And by the way, I stopped him there, and I'll tell that story I'll tell that story in a minute. But so it's very obvious, you know, you're doing like fairly well with this. You're coping very well. I would say that you're very high functioning, profoundly high functioning autistic, and a gorgeous amount of ADHD in there. So I think there's a lot we can work on. And then he just carried on. Like that wasn't like the most insane thing I've heard like for fucking ages. Because we were mostly talking about like a depression. I've had depression for fucking ages, chat. I'm so sorry. But like, if I can talk about it briefly, I won't go into it. But like, I did like a whole stream about it ages ago, and that's still going. That never stopped. I talked to him about that, and he was like, you know what? I wouldn't really put you back on antidepressant medication just because there is so much to do with ADHD, and honestly, a lot of the low mood stuff might be related to ADHD, which was another shock to me because I just went, oh shit, okay, fuck, I that might be why things aren't working all that well. But yeah, the profoundly autistic thing, high functioning. What's up? Hi, chat. He called me smart. I function highly. He said, like, you're clearly very intelligent. And I went, like, I don't know what the fuck. People say that to me, and I don't get why. Because I think, like, people just go, like, oh, you're relatively successful. That must mean you're smart. And I don't feel like I'm smart at all. I feel dumb as hell in a room with people. I don't know if it's because I hang out with smart people, or I'm just fucking stupid. I'm more on the side of I might be stupid. He told me stories about people that he's worked with, where, like, obviously he couldn't say much because there's client confidentiality, but he went, like, honestly, you'll speak to some people in psychiatry and end up just telling them, you just gotta quit drinking, man. And then they just respond, on it, boss. On it. You got it, boss. And then they're fine. You're pretty, you don't need to be smart. That's true. That's so true. Why do I have this much hair, man? Oh, chat, I'm actually thinking of getting a haircut, like shorter, like much shorter. I say much shorter, not like a buzz cut, but like I'm thinking of going to like here. Cause like, look, you can really see the difference in my hair quality at this point. I had some damn good looks back when I had hair that long. It suits me so well because look, when my hair just goes down, it's very flat because there's so much weight to it. You'll do that then immediately regret it. Maybe. It's like 1 year of hair growth, which isn't the craziest thing. I gotta go to the fuck to bed. I will be off now, I think. Alright, chat. I will see you. Good night.
Good night, Finn, throwing kisses.
Oh, good night. Hell yeah. Alright, chat. That was good timing. I will see you. All my dress straps are falling down. Anyway, bye. I never do poses when I'm wearing good stuff. Anyway.